Ia whātalo whaatu I le paia ma le malu o si tatou atu nui le nei tūlao le aso. O paia mau malu o a leo o ie se upo le au auna I se se o na whaile a malape. Ai tau ona o whaapea atu ia malo so I fua maua tuila manua. Whātalo whaatu I tina matama mahatua o lo nofo mai le whale ma matamata mai foi I tatou polo kalama. Mua lava si I le vei inga mal whaftai le atua I lo nā lofa ma lo nā ngā leia tātou ia so malava. E se le leo le atua ia tātou ia so malava. O nei la I tū lao le aso. O wa fia foi le nganga wa maua foi ni ma lo whara nia foi ia tātou kolisi tū whātasi. Ai me se le I le land grant I o le tātou ACNR. O lo taita ia foi le sunga ia au whai. Papena fuila ia le tatou polo kalama nei o le Saili le Atamai. Ia o lo lalo I wawaiga le tatou prestene le sunga fo mai ia Rose Farm ma ka iwi pato. Le ala wa malanga mai ia nai tamaitai nei I tutuila mamanua. E au mai fo I se polo kalama matango fie e au ngā ma le tāua mo tatou whānau I nei tutuila mamanua. A me sa tatou whānau I nei tatou kolisi tu whātasi. Ua taua la le nei polo kalama wo mai nei ma tamaitai nei. Polo kalama o le ola ma loloina o le whānau. Polo kalama o le ola ma loloina o le whānau. Tatou whānau. Whānau na mai le atua mo tatou wa walawa nei la lana. Ai ala atu le avanua I le tamaitai nei po le whantua fo I a Pauline Mcfall o le tō po se lilo tō sisila mai fo I a Pauline sa mai lunga fo I o TV le si vai taimi tantanua fo I le siana polo kalama o lo o tatou land grant. Ia o le ala wa su mai le tamaitai nei a Pauline. Ia manai whaletua nei, nei tamaitai nei mai whafu. E tatou taltala noa la I le polo kalama le wo mai mala ua. Te masalo se polo kalama wo umana o ma I nei tutuila Pauline. It was here before, it was brought here before. O le polo kalama o le ola ma loloina al whanau. Welcome American Samoa, and boy, we have a beautiful guest today. So, you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation and these beautiful ladies that have come far from the US and Hawaii to bring a very important program here to our college and to ACNR, and it's Children Health Living, CHILL. For short, CHILL. Okay, so you know how the kids say, chillin'. So chill, sit back, relax, and listen to the two beautiful doctors who are here. And we are so blessed to have them here with us today. Pauline, tu atu loa lo sunga se I sa loa foil. Tell us what this program is all about, and for the two doctors that have blessed us this morning with our program.
We're grateful for the opportunity to be here. I know this is not my first time on the show, but honestly, I'm very nervous. So we're part of the Children's Healthy Living Program from the University of Hawaii in Manoa, under the College of Tropical Agricultural and Human Resources, under the HENFAST department, which is the Human Nutrition and Animal Sciences division at the University of Hawaii in Manoa. So we have the Children's Healthy Living Program, which is not new here to American Samoa. They have been here in the past to conduct research basically on childhood obesity and children's diet. And we have here my advisor and mentor, Dr. Rachel Novotny, who is the Children's Healthy Living Program Director, and Dr. Jeannie Butel, who is the Program Manager for the Children's Healthy Living Program. And I'll give them the opportunity to talk more about the program and the training and workshop, why we're here in American Samoa this week.
Welcome. We'll give it to Dr. Rachel
Novotny.
Thank you for coming. Watney?
Yeah, Novotny.
You know, when it
Rachel
comes to difficult last names from
Czech Republic.
Yeah, right, Czech Republic. But anyway, welcome to American Samoa, and we're so blessed to have you and Dr. Jean here with us. If you would please just elaborate more about the program that you're bringing here to American Samoa here at ASCC.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure to come back to American Samoa. Yeah, I think it's been, my first trip here was maybe 35 years ago.
Oh, that's so... Your trip is due way overdue.
Yeah. But it has, with several different projects across time. And actually the origins of this project that we're here with today, the Children's Healthy Living Program, was a program that was known at the time as Healthy Living in the Pacific Islands. And that project began about 20 years ago. And when I first started working with the college, in fact, I knew Director Alfai Ropeti Areta as Ropeti at that time.
Were very good at that.
And had the pleasure of working with Dr. Vargo and others who were here at that time. So then we were beginning to talk in this partnership of land-grant colleges across the region. So the CHIL program is a partnership of the colleges throughout the U.S.-affiliated Pacific. It was with the Healthy Living in the Pacific Islands, and it is now with the Children's Healthy Living Program. So it's been an evolution of a variety of activities. And also in the land grant or USDA, United States Department of Agriculture system, it is an integrated program. And what this means is that it includes the research, but it also includes training or education, and it also includes outreach or extension, as we refer to it in land grant. So there are components of all of that, and we're happy that Pauline is doing several of those components, but she is one of the trainees under the education piece, working on her PhD currently with us in this current generation of the projects. So Pauline, as you know, is an instructor here, and will be able to bring back many of the things that she's learning, but also we're currently working on with American Samoa as well as the rest of the region. So this, I'll start with what we're doing now, and it'll feed back a little bit into some of the previous projects. So we're here this time to follow up on the original CHIL program that began about 10 years ago. And the Children's Healthy Living Program really was focused on, and continues to be focused on, helping communities come up with a more sustainable, healthy lifestyle. And by doing that, it's not only working with people, and specifically children, which is the focus of this project, but working with the environment around them.
Yeah.
So that they're not fighting the environment to try to be healthy, but rather the environment is conducive to being healthy. So that includes, places to be active, what you can buy in the store, even the cost of things in the store, what we're growing. So it's very broad reaching. Even the policies about what maybe it comes into American Samoa, what the price is, what our food assistance programs are doing. So we really are looking at a very comprehensive set of influences on children's health. So the intervention in the original CHIL program had activities in all of these areas to try to help improve the health condition of children. And we're happy to say that our results were very positive. In the communities that we were working, the level of overweight and obesity decreased, and other markers we could talk more about if you're interested. One is acanthosis nigricans, sort of an indicator of pre-diabetes, also decreased. So we were very happy with that. And we even followed that up with another grant activity and found that 6 years later, things continued to get better with those communities where we were doing these activities, while they continued to get worse in the communities where we had not been doing these intervention activities. So that was without our actively doing intervention. So that helped us believe that some of the things we did helped really change that environment to make it easier and stick, which is, of course, that's really the goal, long-term change and improvement, not just to prove we can do something, but to actually make things better. So, however, we saw these results, but as I said, we did all these activities, and we really, some of our key targets, which were changes in fruits and vegetable intake, increasing that, increasing water intake, increasing physical activity, a whole series of activities that we had, decreasing screen time, increasing sleep. Individually, we couldn't measure change, only as the whole package. And so this new grant, this new work that we're doing and why we're here now, is to come back again and talk with communities more about the interaction of all of those activities and all those things in what we call systems thinking. So looking at what influences what and what that influences, sort of loops of activity of what causes things to stay the same or change. And so that's what our workshop is about this week, is working with the community to go back and talk about some of those key activities and factors influencing what children eat. In particular, we're particularly focused on the food side, to help determine some of the most important places to continue to intervene.
Yeah.
Over time, because money's limited. We don't get these grants all the time, and we want to make long-term change, and we want our communities to be resilient to shocks such as hurricanes and COVID. And so how can we best organize our resources and our schools, our policies, our stores, our parks, so that the environment can be healthy for children? So we have a workshop coming up on Thursday. We're preparing for it in these couple of days, and we've invited the land grant program has invited people from a variety of sectors, from the health sector, from the nutrition programs. Maybe Pauline can tell us some of those sectors that have been invited to continue to work on this.
Okay. So this trip of yours is to see how it's been from the last time?
So
you just got here Thursday, huh? So you're only going to be here for a week to do this.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're going to share back all of those findings in a little more detail that I just went over with you, and ask for the community's assistance in interpreting them and thinking maybe a little bit differently about how these things are connected, and which things maybe are the most important drivers of change in the direction that we're. So we'll be coming up with what we refer to as a causal loop diagram. It's sort of a map of how these things all fit together. Yeah. And from that, we'll be able to do computer modeling to test. If we change this, it'll move the system this much. If we change this, it'll move the system this much. So that's one arm of it, but we'll also be working, and this is perhaps where Jeannie can come in with, we have a pilot program to test some of those ideas as part of the follow-up activities. So we'll be working with, we'll have a request for applications for someone to lead that pilot program here in American Samoa. And Pauline will be helping with that process as well as Travis Fleming at the college and the land grant program under the direction of Director Awha'i. But we're particularly thinking of opportunities of the existing extension programs, the SNAP, or the NAP, I guess as you call it here, program, and the FNAP, the food stamps, and other programs to make modifications or add-ons
to these programs like the
like what food you
stamps
buy,
and food stamp and okay.
Yeah, as one mechanism to make additional change that can be sustainable, but tweak those programs in directions that will have a
food that is more healthier to offer on these food stamps and stuff like that, because I mean that's the other area that people would go for to buy food is the food stamps now. Exactly. And it all depends on what the food stamps offer, the kind of foods that they're offering for these food stamps for the people. And I agree with you, and if it can be changed, because like you said, I know it's very nowadays the kids, they can just eat anything that it's not good for them. And then if we have this kind of program to show the health department and whoever that can help our children and follow that recommendations that's given by your program, it's been good. You can jump in, Pauline, if add on to more about what Dr. Rachel is saying. But thank you so much. Go ahead, Dr. Jean.
One of the things that we're also looking at is not just looking at not only how programs can change, but how we look at the preferences of what kids are wanting to eat and what families are serving their kids.
Yeah.
And so we're also looking at the school meals programs and how those, and also bringing in how we can bring in local produce and local agriculture. So really, the Land Grant University and the extension arm of here really was very ACNR was very good at helping implement the chill intervention. The knowledge that they brought and the skills they brought to the schools and to the families was very important. So we can continue to build that relationship, work on those things that we do. We're really productive in our chill intervention, and see how we can work on that. And also we're looking at the WIC program. We're looking at and what kind of foods our kids are eating and the placement of these foods in the stores. Because when you walk out the store, there's all the chips and there's all the candy.
Oh,
and,
yes.
And
Soda.
You know how kids are.
Yeah.
I want that. So, trying to look at different ways we can work at that environment. So when they do decide they want to have this, it's an easier move for the families to do that. The environment supports what they want to do. And I think another thing that's really important in that is that we look at how we can make our local foods something that kids want.
Yeah.
Something that is, easy to eat. Because we're looking at 2 to 8 year olds, and as you know, forks and knives aren't the easiest things for them to use. So things they can pick up and eat. So how can we make our local foods into healthy snack foods for kids?
It's so true about the foods that you're talking about, the lunch program. Now that's the other department that has to come into this training while you're here on island. I take my hat off to ACNR. Now I had a couple of divisions at ACNR would come in and talk at Saili le Atamai about healthy eating, about families thinking of planting vegetables and things behind your home and use it, personally, because nowadays it's so expensive, the things at the stores. And why go to the store to buy vegetables when you can grow it right behind your home and use it and cook food that they know is healthy for the children? And we have laupele, we have taro, bananas, all sorts, everything that can be done by families. And all we do is but the programs that I've had here from ACNR was just wonderful. Now I had Yonatana here about 2 weeks ago, and Yoratana was talking about about the plants and stuff, that even growing vegetables and whatnot, bananas behind your backyard. That was just so wonderful. All we have to do is just take it out to the people and say, it's right there at home.
In fact, this month, I guess it was coincidentally with our trip, this month is National Nutrition Month. So I know land-grant and FNEP, they have activities plans throughout the month, outreach, promoting nutrition to the community. So I think they'll be good to be part of your show this month to
Why not?
celebrate National Nutrition Month.
The more we have and give that good word out for our children, the better it is. You know, because nowadays they just go to the store and pick this up, pick that up, put it in their lunchbox, and it's chips and soda and things like that. And if we can educate our parents and say, that's not good. Buy an apple or something. We've had tons of ripe bananas, you know. And
one approach that Chill has taken that has worked really well, that you might be able to help promote in your role, is role modeling. And so role modeling for Chill is all kinds of people. It can be the teacher, of course. Teachers we think of, or we hope are role models, or other leaders, our ministers, our directors, but we find role models throughout the community. A parent who happens to have a garden and who's doing this, and or it could be a store who's really working hard on what they are selling and how they're presenting it, and we find that really encouraging these people and making them more visible to the community, and one avenue could be on a show like this, inspires others and helps build a community of people, of like-minded people, and it helps motivate and helps ultimately change the environment, because more people are trying to do it. Sometimes we have children role models who just decide, I'm going to do this. You can find role models in a lot of places, and we actually think that that's one of the things that worked for us with Chill, that was hard for us to measure, this kind of will and bringing together people with some common values and some common goals, and getting them to work together to motivate, and then everybody going off and doing it slightly differently in their own way. And so that's part of what we're after in this kind of systems thinking, understanding better some of that dynamic that it's hard to capture.
I really agree about role model. You have to be a good role, even mom and dad at home. You have to make sure the food that you're preparing is good for you and good for your children. So it all goes together. So, Pauline. So, but it's very true about role modeling
and none of us are perfect, and none of us are good at everything. But we can, find people who are really good at something, that we can encourage, and they can inspire others and kind of help bring us all behind.
Here in Samoa, we love to eat. Just like Hawaiians, they love to eat too. They love to eat their food. But now, those days, it's only fish and chicken, and then we have taro fry and all that. Nowadays, all kinds of food from off island and that's how it goes, and then the kids eat that too. But
so Pauline is also going to be studying this area of what children eat for her dissertation. And she's here doing some preliminary work. Would you like to say a few words about that?
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, my third study, that's part of my dissertation, is to look at attitudes and perceptions of caregivers or parents. I mean, these are the main population that will be feeding the children, and they have influence on what children eat. So understanding what drives them, because they're the ones who are buying the stuff for the children. They're the ones who are preparing the foods for their children. So understanding their thinking and their attitudes on what a healthy diet is, and what a healthy child should be, would help to drive some of future programs, future interventions. So I'll be conducting interviews. I'm planning to do later on this year with the parents. So it'll be like a qualitative study. So I'll be interviewing the parents and see what their attitudes and perceptions are, and then conducting analysis on that. So
Good.
I also want to brag that one of our previous Cho graduates is Ifili Tufa. So he did his PhD
I love
with
him.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're very proud of his work and the work he continues to do with
Yeah, I feel he has done a
Yeah.
great job at DOH.
Yeah.
He's really.
Yeah.
Dr. G?
Well, some of the things that we're doing for also in the education side of this or the training side is we're coming up with open resource textbooks that will be free, that can be used by any college. So when Pauline comes back and is teaching a class, she can feel to use some of our open resource textbooks that we are developing as part of this project. So they're free to all students, and so it's very helpful. So making that, establishing that link between all of the different land-grant colleges in the area and how we can help each other with developing our workforce and our capacity and our students is another part of the project that we're looking at. So as you can see, our fingers are going out. In
Yeah,
different
all over. You
directions.
can't stop. Don't even stop. Let's continue to help our children. And then as they grow up, they have that what you call, they have that thinking of how much they have to eat and this and that, it's like,
that's why this program targets young children.
Yeah.
You say, what about the teenagers or adults? But we target the young children because
foundation is so important.
That's the age where they develop their lifelong
Yeah.
eating patterns and dietary patterns. So
Yeah, I take my hat off to programs like you ladies have come down to continue to help us, our people here in American Samoa. And I know for a fact that ACNR Land Grant is doing the best they can to help our children here in American Samoa. And they're out there, even your nutrition girls are out at WIC and food stamp, doing trainings and whatnot. Food, this is a good food. I have no pellets there. You have their bananas. Go pick it. They bring the foods that they like. Samoans like pisupo.
Right.
Don't put oil. Just put your pisupo and a lot of veggies.
Exactly.
So I see that, and they're doing a great job. I mean, it's like everything else. It's so hard to get people to say, don't do it. It's not good for you.
I mean, at the same time, we really we learn a lot from when we come and visit from the communities, and we get new ideas for how things can be done and how things have been done by the cultures that we work with that really can also help sustain a healthy future. So many people are motivated by looking for those healthy practices that we can strengthen also, including, one of the areas we're thinking about now more and more with resilience, some of our food preservation methods that maybe our ancestors used to use that maybe set us up better for after the storm is over, so that we're not just inundated with all the cans, and we are ready to go back to our farming and all kinds of ways that we can reinvigorate and others can learn from.
In the Polynesian islands, we love to eat. It's just that we have to, in moderation. If you're hungry for this Vaspo Masimo with salt people, okay. Like yesterday, I went to the store and I thought, oh God, I haven't had that for a whole week. Maybe I'll just have a little bit for today. So I just got a little bit of salt beef and that. But if you can teach them like that you want something that you really wanted, just have it in moderation, and then your children sees that, and then they'll follow your footsteps and say, but anyway.
But if we flood our environment with
vegetables,
the healthy things in all
and
of our
Mom
settings,
go get in
that
the
will help.
backyard and get some laupele and bananas or whatever and fix food for this evening, and that is so good. Okay, Daniel. But anyway, thank you so much for
thank you.
Tula Manua. E tolo pulo I nei te maitai nei e fo mai nei to olo mai fafo mai sosoani e tato whanau. It's called Children Healthy Living. O kalpolo kalama o soifua malolo ina o tato whanau. E o maia nei e fo mai I nei tato tunu. E amata o na whai training ma me whapena e a maile DOH I DOH I lato foi tata me tau maloloina whapenata tau whanau ma tinama ta mamatua. Ia lea la nei vaso o ato nei e whaiala to training I o I tato land grant a whapena whatua ia Pauline. Ai o talo sia I o whamalamalama ina to whingalo tula manu ai sa wanga fo ia fo mai nei tai au. Ai tawa no whapea atu ia malo lava nofo mai ma whafonga mai fo I tato polo kalama nei aso a whai lava wa e se upu ua pa o papa pele longo maria lo whafonga anga ia whamanalo mai. I'd like to take this opportunity, doctors, to on behalf of President Rose Vaughn Makaiwi Patu and also Aufai for taking your time out on your busy schedule. I know you're only going to be here for a week, but you took time out to come and share with us the program that you're here for a week. Thank you so much, and I hope and pray that you'll come back soon, not 6 years later. Yeah, okay. So far, so far, or far, Timalan killed it too far, so far.